This is my new favourite town. It is the best ever, period.
Devizes.
Don't tell. I was actually in my head, I was like, I don't know if I can actually tell them where this is because it's so good.
Yeah, it's a cool place.
Just don't go when I go and then we're all good.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting you for my gems. However, you know.
There'll be no fighting here. So this is, Devizes. Is that how you even say it?
I don't know. Let's just say that's how you say it, and then someone might not know where it is. And,
okay.
You know. So do you know what? For such a small
We're
town,
in Scotland.
For such a small town, there are so many charity shops. However, our favourite one has shut down. Unfortunate.
Which we didn't know about until we got there and we were, oh, that's the old charity shop, which we loved.
We're looking through ties religiously at the moment. If you follow Resold by Lou on Instagram, she finds the best ties ever, and I'm determined to find an Hermes tie.
She found a good few ties in the last few
and
months.
It's Hermes, not Hermes.
It's not a delivery parcel company. It's a French word, Hermes. You don't have to say it like that. You sound like absolute you know what, but you don't. It's not Hermes either, is it? Let's be honest.
That jumper that Austin keeps going back to, and people
I'll go back to it again. Don't worry, fans.
Is obviously a Gap spell out. It's very new. Even the colorway is new. Now vintage Gap spell outs are really coming back like a bat out of hell.
Why, Bethany? Because everyone thinks it's just because Gap's cool again, because retro's cool. But you tell them why.
It's because Kanye West signed one of the biggest deals with Balenciaga and Gap to be the creative director.
Yep.
That's why, my friend.
There you go.
Suddenly,
put that in your pipe and smoke it.
all the hype kids are wearing it, which then dribbles down really to like the mass market, if that makes sense.
Retro Gap has been cool like the last 5-10 years, to be honest. But, you know, it is what it is. But now you're more so. This was a vintage Mulberry Bag. Anyone who saw a haul from the last video got quite a similar one. This is Scotch Grain. This would have been for around about 2,000 plus. I'm taking all the airtime from Bethany right now. There it is.
That label. Oh, if you see the little initials on a Mulberry tag, I might do something on this. That is actually the maker's mark. So they imprint the maker's mark into the inner thing. So like LP could be Lorraine Presley.
Oh, my favourite person, Lorraine yeah, that's actually why. So if you see those stamps on older bags, not new bags, they don't do it on new bags, that would be stupid. That's what they used to do on the production line. So if anything went pear-shaped or it looked terrible, they could blame someone, I would guess.
Yes. Those ones go for about 150 to 175 if you photograph them nicely and market them well.
How much was that?
That was 30 quid, which is quite the money.
When we actually saw it, we were like, shall we, shan't we? Let's have a walk around and see if we find anything else. And maybe we'll come back to that if we don't find anything. But as you'll see, we found some things. These were kind of cool. I did some research on these afterwards. I didn't know. Saying I knew beforehand, I'd be lying. I'm not going to try and pronounce it. J. Donegal or Dengle or something like that. Anyway, I Googled it, like everyone does. And they are made in Paris and... They're made in England, but they're a Paris company.
I'm going to interrupt you really quickly. This boy band of outsiders. Right, I didn't pick this up. One, because it was an extra small, and one, because it was £15, which is not expensive for this brand. However, I'm trying to be... think about my life, and those dresses retail for about £3.50 upwards, so it probably would have been a purchase. You could have got an easy 50 quid back from it. However, the size was really putting me off. You know when it's an extra small, but it's an extra small.
Yeah.
Agnes B. Always pick up Agnes B. £9.50 for a blazer. This blazer isn't the most fashionable. It was a free button. Austin, with your fast editing is, oh my goodness.
It's like Grease Lightning.
Jenny Packham. You want to find Jenny Packham full label. Number one by Jenny Packham is her department store brand. But Jenny Packham designed the dress for Pippa Middleton that she wore to Kate Middleton's wedding to the future king, and you know they were talking about a butt. You know that dress, the butt dress. That was Jenny Packham. You wanna pick that up. They were vintage Ray-Bans, 1970s, without the case.
£20.
£20 probably could have done 150. This town was just blowing our mind, basically.
At this point, I am sweating just from how Bethany's talking.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get all the info in.
No, I feel like you're just stressing. Like if there was also a black jacket or black top.
Out of XL.
So what was it called?
Out of Exile, which appears to do quite well if it's sort of like Lagan looking or more unusual, like Save the Queen.
But that's why we didn't buy it.
That was very small and fitted, and I didn't think it really went with like the brand ethos.
Okay, see, you could have a breather and just smoke away then. Just chill out, my friend. It's not a problem. These...
So there I am.
These were Manzuno, however you say it. I remember from like 90s rugby boots, being Welsh, like rugby's everything. We just don't even do football. But yeah, these are running shoes. Afterwards, realising, I'll be honest, I actually initially thought they were Asics. Being a moron that I am, and I clearly, as you've seen, I do not run. And when I checked them up, the comps were like 80, 60, 70, 80 pounds. So I missed it out on these ones. These ones are Lokes, brand new. The only thing was they were £30, and to be honest, I know Lokes can go well, but £30, I don't know.
No, I think
me
that
being
is
me
too
again.
much.
People have started calling us cheap in the comments, and to be quite frank, you know me so well if you think I'm cheap. I'm cool with that. Vintage Adidas, stripe on the sleeve, but this back print was really cool. Kind of early 2000s, late 90s, old tag.
Jack Wheels. Now, I don't pick up Jack Wheels. I'm not a snob, I just don't pick up Jack Wheels. That was Liberty print though. Looked up comps. Comps weren't great, but it was a nice piece if you're into like wearing florals.
Comps were very bad considered. Most Liberty X anything go for good money.
I once found some Rafa feet. Liberty, and that sold really well. Rafa's a high-end cycling brand, if you do not know.
This was interesting. So Common People are quite a contemporary fashion brand. They're not particularly high-end, but their pieces go for maybe 100, 150. This would have been a couple hundred brand new. On the resale side, not so much. It was £30, £35 there, and probably you'd get maybe a tenner more if you sold on eBay, so... Nothing in that one for us.
I feel like we can breathe now as we walk down this alleyway of doom. You have to understand.
People say I talk fast anyway, but this video,
but you have to understand
Louise.
this town is like, it hurt. Everywhere you look, there is something. Like, it hurts your brain cells.
I don't want to say it's a gold mine, but there are people hacking at the side of the road and they're revealing gold-shaped
To be
stones.
fair, we just literally went out for the afternoon to like break up our day. I didn't really expect to drop like 700 quid, but like...
We didn't spend £700.
We did not, but I'm saying we could have easily.
Yeah,
I like this one. It's nicely laid out.
This is massive as well, this store.
I always look in the back room, do you?
Yeah.
They have some Berkeys on the shelf. I didn't. Did you look at them?
Well, if you wait for the
There
if you wait for the camera to pick it up, see, too fast or too slow. I cannot win, guys.
Do you
Literally
pick them
my
up,
life.
Though, physically?
Keep watching, Toots.
Here we go.
There you go.
These were
There's the money shot for you.
Birkenstocks. They were like the natural dark brown. Oh, that was a rubbish shot. Natural dark brown colour, double strap. Oh, here we go again. They were in very, very, very good condition.
Like I heard you.
However, they were a size 40, which is a roughly a 7. In different brands, it varies. I tried them on for myself. They were quite snug, actually. But they were £12.50, which probably would have been worth it. In this case here were some 90s Burberry sunglasses. Do you want to say it in unison? That's so cute.
No,
everyone will think we're in love and we're saying things in unison.
Well, you got to keep the lie alive, haven't you?
The dream alive.
A dream or a lie?
They were rimless, so they're really on trend at the moment. The Novus Check case, especially as well. Like, you could have sold that separately.
My only issue was they had no Nova Check on them and they were just black sunglasses.
Yes.
And Burberry on their own as standalone without a case.
And they want 55. That's cool.
This is amazing. So this was like a 90s kind of
so
2000
cool.
belt. Yeah, it was a knockoff.
Oh.
The leather belt itself was quite nice, but it was not stamped. The metalwork wasn't stamped. It was a fake. It was just a bootleg of whatever. But I love how I wrap it back up. That's so me.
Oh, that's so kind of you. You're such a
Yeah,
kind soul.
I like to think that I'm very kind. No, I'm not. But
That's
it was really cool,
vibey, isn't it?
But yeah, it is. But once again, bootleg. So there's not much you can do with that.
You know, people do sell bootlegs.
Look at this. He's putting an elastic band back on. This man
know.
is an animal.
We don't necessarily agree with selling fakes. E.g., we don't. It's illegal. But I understand why some people do, and I understand that people do.
Listen, each to their own. But because of what we do in our main inverted commas business, for us, we just don't touch them because we have to keep that kind of credibility. Being honest, that's not a dig. That's not a knock. That's just how we are. So if you don't like it, move on, sister. Or brother. Depending on who you
These
are.
are really cool. These are like walking boots, which are really like on trend.
Get ready for the oddest thing in the universe, though, with these boots.
Just plain boots, no stamping, no sizing, just like a nice little
No stud detail, no nothing.
leather vibe. Oh, you didn't show it.
I
Who
didn't
are
show
you?
it. What the?
They were
Go on.
vintage DKNY, but Austin didn't show it. So what was
But
the
when
point?
I say vintage DKNY, they were Donna Karen, New York, which is where DKNY, the name, comes from. And yeah, a bit of a shocker, but I didn't show
It
anyway,
always
so what's the
reminds
difference?
me of like the original seasons of America's Next Top Model, and they get asked in like the interview rounds who their favorite designer is.
I remember
and
when you say
what this one girl goes, my favorite designer is DKNY, and she goes, it's not. The Tyra Banks goes, that's not a designer, that's a company.
Technically, she's right, but technically it is a designer too, because Donna Karen
I
was
think
the
they were
designer
going for
DKNY.
like, you know, like Kim Jones or I mean he wasn't in the business
Sure.
then. Okay, let's move on swiftly. What else is here, Rosie?
Sebagos. They're really yellowed and they're £9-10, so not having any of that back there.
This is an Oxfam, which is sort of, I think, on par with British Art.
British Art.
British Art
You're
Foundation.
from Somerset by any chance?
Yeah, not actually.
These were Hugo Boss, $9.99. They were actually pretty decent. All leather. You know, we've sold quite a few of these, but we always put them up at okay money, and we end up taking an offer, so I just wasn't bothered about buying them. Brutal but true.
Brutal but true.
I'm like a shoe pervo just hanging around by the shoe section.
That's what they say about
Can you even say that?
I
Did
heard,
they say that about me?
I heard that
I'm
once.
the shoe guy.
Yeah, I heard this person. They walked back through and said, "Oh God, did you see that man by the shoes?"
One check of the shoes. You have to be quick on this.
Found
There's not a lot.
this Bella Frood, however you say it, collaboration with Rapuni
For War Child.
for War Child. They currently retail for 40, but I thought it was really good vintage fodder. If you want that Bella look, but don't want the price tag, obviously that is a nice collaboration to have. This was a third-party Lego mug that Austin fondled for a few minutes.
The reason I fondled it, I wanted to show you guys, because if you... I'm not going to shut up. You just crack on with these. I'll tell you about the bum Lego thing in a minute.
So we walked past this shop and then walked back and they put these in the window. So these are obviously Doc Martin 1460s 8 eyelet boots of dreams.
Damn.
Black patent. Checking my foot.
That's like Bethany wants them. That's what that cue is there.
Black patent. They were a size 6. They didn't fit. £20. Look at my Iceland bag. Oh my goodness. Look at it.
It's not your fault. Someone gave it to you in Shazza.
Anyway, these are Air Force One Sage Pack, so they're like the platform Air Force Ones. The back of the heels had gone, however, because of they're so new and they're in such good condition on the outer, we did pick them up for £6 to get about 25 to 30 back on them.
And what
if
about
they
the
were
DMs?
mint, they go about
You've sold
60.
the DMs already, haven't you?
We have already sold the DMs. They sold in less than 24 hours for £75 English sterling.
So talk to me.
Just
You did this
before
on some
anyone
live.
starts, that Louis Vuitton underneath is 100% non-authentic. So
Oh my
don't even
God.
at me in the comments.
Oh,
However, this is a Kurt Geiger bag. I don't normally pick up Kurt Geiger. Everyone knows how I feel. However, this is a cult classic. It was handed out to influencers left, right, and centre. And
Based
it
on the
is
Bulgari
sitting-
Serpenty?
Yes, based on the Bulgari Serpenty, and it is sitting on eBay for about £150 to £200. That was an Olabar brown toweling. Oh, she picked up the bag.
She's doing a
Toweling
comps as we speak.
polo.
Look at it.
Oh, bless.
Fair play. No, not our best. Fair play to her. Listen,
No, it's vibes.
She might just be checking out one in herself. Cool, rock on. Like I just said, listen, each to their own. I'm not.
Some
I'm not
people
knocking
use
anyone.
them, also use the canvas to like make customs and stuff like that, you know?
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't, but I'm
saying
just
no to
saying
that.
that's what people do.
Yeah, that's bad. But it's cheap canvas too. Doesn't.
Do you
It's
know
not the same.
what-
Doesn't
what-
work the same.
You know what isn't bad?
What?
That Barbara Streisand t-shirt that you put down.
I will go as far as to say rocking. Is that even a
Rocking.
thing?
No,
I'm
I-
gonna make it a thing.
I say
Single-handedly.
vibes. I feel like we've talked really quick through this video, and please forgive us, but there is just so much to talk about,
We
guys.
don't even drink coffee, and this is like us normally.
Yeah, we're just high on life. I've said that twice in videos, which means we are now.
But it means you are, and I'm just in the background thinking I'm not so high on life.
Being dragged along.
Being unhigh on life. Dragged along. Okay, this is a good one. Hit me with it.
This is a Batman 1997 Batman and Robin promo movie t-shirt. The new Batman and Robin, the new Batman is just about to hit the cinemas and everyone's talking and vibing about it. So this is going to be a good buy. I could do horse racing.
I think it's like horse racing.
Is it single?
It's not single stitch.
It's not single stitch, but it has got that classic 90s wide neck.
It's also dated, which
It's dated.
I tried to show you there, but it's heavy.
It's crispy. I'm looking up comps over there on my modular device.
Also, it sounds funny, but when I know I say all this all the time, but when you handle more of the vintage t-shirts, especially dead stock like this, the t-shirts for t-shirts and sweaters, the necks are much thicker, like the actual kind of the head hole, if you want.
Yeah.
Is much thicker. It's just a different kind of thing.
Let's take a 360 with this one, guys. We're heading to the medulla. Basically, that is a breast pump.
Is it though?
No, it's not. It's like the attachments for that. And if you actually get the pump, the mechanical pump.
Or the mechanical, whichever you fancy.
Whatever you fancy. They retail for upwards of 180. That was just like an extension pack, which isn't worth anything. But if you come across the big units, then they're well worth picking up. I mean, if you're into picking up
there's only so much
stuff.
I can say when you're shouting out about breast pumps and you're talking about big units. There's only so much my comedy will allow me to vocalise.
Natural vocal
I'm not natural in any way, shape or form.
These were some Ralphie chinos.
Do you know what? I ended up buying a pair of these for myself. And guess what, guys? I'm too fat. They didn't fit. But you know what? We'll sell them. Let's move on.
We move. They were only £5.50, which is quite good for Ralph chinos in a classic beige colourway.
I'm not scared of my truth. That's what I'm saying. What line is that?
I'm living my truth.
Well, no, I can't remember what the line that's from. Couples Retreat?
I don't know, Austin.
I don't know.
We could be on Couples Retreat, the Adam Sandler movie.
We'll need to be after this. I'm telling you that.
Couldn't we?
Just showing you the fact they are authentic. I don't know why anyone would not think they're authentic.
They're also a 36 waist, so Austin's proving how fat he is.
Oh, they were very tight as well. It wasn't as if I was like, oh, they were just a smidge off. We were way off, guys. But there you go.
Hugging the thighs.
Hugging the thighs. They were hugging all kinds of stuff. And let's not go into that because it's early. Come on, move on. Stop embarrassing me. There you go.
Well, that was a nice little B-roll shot there, Austin.
And I think that's it.
Oh,
this is just walking on the street. We actually went into the Red Cross you can see on the right-hand side now. Is it Red Cross?
But we died halfway through.
But the camera died. What did we buy in the Red Cross very quickly?
We got some Sandra, we got some mint velvet, and we got a wellness puzzle for our 7-year-old.
We also bought a Kate Spade
bracelet.
bracelet.
Also bought a Kate Spade bracelet.
If you'd like to see that, check our live on Instagram, which is @TheLuxuryPickers.
Link in the bio.
Bye.